Hey, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm talking about how to use the select command, also how to use the select if command. Two very powerful functions. So to start, I'm going to read in a couple packages. I'm going to read in a readr, the tidyverse, and lubridate. And I'm going to read in this New Orleans crime data. I'm going to run this glimpse command, which is going to show you a quick view of this data. So oftentimes we use the plain select command just to grab columns in R. So let's say I want to grab the first 5 columns. Or let's say I'm interested in a couple different variables like type text, NOPDI item, and mapx. I can also use the select command. That's nice and everything, but oftentimes you want to grab multiple columns based on a data type. So that's where the select if command comes into effect. So let's say I want to grab all just numeric variables. I can use select if, and with the is.numeric, I can grab everything that's numeric, which is pretty cool. Because then you can say you want to do like a correlation analysis. You can just run this, and it's just numeric data. Or here's an example that I have using select if, and then gathering all those columns into one, and actually doing a histogram on every single variable. So I'll show you how I do that. I'm reading in that data. And then I'm also filtering for response time minutes, anything less than 500, and then anything over 5 minutes. Basically, I want to just kind of take out some of the outliers. And then I'm using select if just to grab the numeric variables. So if I run that, this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to use the gather command, which is going to take all these variables and actually collapse it into a key value pair. So you can see here all my variables are now in a key with a value, which is pretty cool because then I can use ggplot and then plot all these into a histogram. So that's what I'm doing next. I'm calling ggplot and then x is my value. I'm running a geom histogram, and then for every single value I'm using a facet wrap to make that into its own kind of box, and then I'm using the scales equal free to free the x and y on that. So let me run that real quick. Sorry, it's taking a second for it to run. And this is what it kind of looks like right here. So you can see we did multiple histograms all at one time, which is pretty useful. You can see many of our variables are really skewed. So if we want to work with some of these variables, we have to do some transformations. And then another example I usually use select if for. So let's say I want to grab all the character variable, but then I want to change all that at one time to a factor. So instead of using like mutate and doing that one at a time, I can actually use the per package with map. So that's what I'm doing out here. I'm using a mapdf, and then I'm writing an anonymous function to actually change all that into one time to a factor. So if I run this right here, you can see all my character data, and then I'm going to change all that at one time with mapdf. And it changed all at one time. So I hope you enjoyed this really quick video on how to use select if and some of the cool things you can do with R. Thank you.